Here with another video. This one will be my thoughts and opinions on someone or something going on in this wacky weird wrestling world. As you can tell by the title below, this one will be my thoughts on if I was wrong about Ricochet. Before I share my thoughts and opinions on if I was wrong, one, I did a video, I think two maybe, about how my honest thoughts on him and why I'm not necessarily a fan of Ricochet. I'm talking about him, the wrestler, not him, the human, because I don't know him, the human. But when it comes to him, the wrestler, since him leaving WWE and joining AEW, I figured that, hey, this could be him. I don't want to say proving me wrong in particular, but proving people like that, hey, that he is more than just a flippy guy. He can have character work. He can talk on the microphone, this, that, the other thing. But during his relatively short time, I think he debuted in late August of 2024. It's been a couple of months now. He hasn't really, I don't want to say offered much, because he has proved that he's an athletic mother effer kind of deal. One of the most, if not the most impressive person athletic wise within AEW, or at least that wrestles for or on Dynamite regularly. I don't watch Collision. I think it's Rampage, or is it Shockwave? One of the two. The one on Fridays that next to nobody watches. I don't watch the pay-per-views, so I could still be wrong about Ricochet. He could have a bunch of character work, just not on Dynamite. But when it comes to what I want out of wrestling, yeah, I do like the flippy stuff every once in a while. Do I want to watch a 8-match card of flippy wrestlers? Personally, no, but they still are super athletic, like Ricochet. And I don't know for sure if I said that in the other videos, and in that, if I did not clarify that, that's where I was wrong. Him on the microphone, don't get me wrong, is a lot better than what I would be on my best day. There's a reason why I talk to a microphone in front of a computer screen, not in front of however many people he talks in front of. But whenever I do hear him on the mic, whether it's on Dynamite or whether it's clips that I see a day or two later from the other shows, pay-per-views, he seems, I don't know for sure if more comfortable is the right word, but he seems this is going to sound weird, but he seems better to do a 2 or 3 minute promo talking on the mic after a 20-minute athletic competition than a 2 or 3 minute thing backstage with Renee Paquette kind of deal. Usually it's the other way around. So again, I'm not saying that I expect him to be The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin. Heck, nowadays Eddie Kingston on the microphone, because again, Ricochet, not gonna deny that he's still better than me on the microphone. But it's one of those things where I like to see character work, whether it's point A to point Z or point A to point B to point C to point D kind of deal. Ricochet, during his time in AEW, hasn't really offered any really character work besides flippy guy that's impressive in the ring, that can do this super duper athletic stuff that I can't do with action figures as a child nowadays, real life superhero arguably and whatnot. But still, like, what does he offer besides that kind of deal, which is what I seek out in, not only in wrestling, but like whenever I do watch TVs or movie shows for a longer period of time kind of deal. That's what I want. Ricochet hasn't offered that, and in that aspect, I guess I wasn't too wrong. Him, super athletic, still, he how do I put this? His style never would have worked in WWE. His genuine style of wrestling never would have worked. His style of wrestling works better in AEW. I think a lot of people know that and all of that stuff. But when it comes to other stuff besides the wrestling, it's whatever. For myself personally, Eddie Kingston, for an example, his style of wrestling, not necessarily one of my favorites, but he can get me into the building by talking on the mic. I know that he's been out for a while, but there's other stuff to wrestling that is definitely just as important, arguably more important than just the wrestling aspect, and Ricochet hasn't really, for myself personally, offered that. So was I wrong? 50-50 in the ring, or in the previous videos, I could have clarified how friggin' good he is in the ring. But the other stuff, I wasn't wrong, and I think I put it out on Twitter. Either my opinion, typing it out, or a link to the video, and he blocked me. Again, I don't really care. I didn't notice it until like a couple of months after that he blocked me, and whatnot. But yeah, when it comes to Ricochet, it's one of those things where um, if I was a 8, 10, 12-year-old kid watching him in WWE, he would be one of my guys. If I was a 10, 12, 14-year-old, or for sure 10 and 12, he would be one of my guys in AEW whenever he would wrestle. But whether it's a 12-year-old kid in me or a 30, soon to be 31-year-old adult, I would much rather watch Hologram than a Ricochet match right now. Don't get me wrong, seeing those two face off against each other, sign me the F up, kind of deal. But yeah, was I wrong about Ricochet? 50-50, depending on which way you would want to look at it. I hope I'm getting proven wrong about how gosh darn good he is. Not gonna lie, but yeah, those are my thoughts and opinions. Would love to know what yours are on Ricochet down in the comments below. Has the run so far in AEW been what you expected? Would again love to know down in the comments below.